Hello, my name is Rita Quinn. I'm a painter and an artist. I'm going to be having a display of some of my art here at PAC TV from May 15th to June 14th, and you're all welcome to come in and view some of my work. I grew up in a time where most people did not have TV. My family was very large, so all the children had to find hobbies and find recreation to keep themselves entertained and busy. Mine was art. I did everything from pottery to whittling birds from balsam wood that my father used to bring home for me from work at night. And my mother was very involved in pottery. We had a kiln down cellar, and she used to make her own. And then my brother, my oldest brother, was also an artist and a painter. And I got very interested in painting horses at the age of 5 years old. I gravitated towards animals and wildlife mostly at that age. And then as I got older, I got into more serious art, where I began doing some still lifes and people, and studying art more. My brother and I both enrolled in the Art Institute of Boston for a short period of time. And then years later, I moved to Plymouth and began raising my family. And at that time, I got hired onto the Plymouth Police Department. That was actually 1972. I was hired as a matron in the beginning, and I worked part-time. And then later on, as the years went on, and I got more interested in being a police officer, I took the civil service exam and then eventually became hired, and then I retired in 1999. And after I retired, I kind of dove headfirst into my art full-time, and I really got interested in it because I was meeting all kinds of fantastic artists, and I was being invited to various workshops throughout New England, and I got involved in a lot of shows and traveling, and then eventually I got into teaching. This is where I am at this point, where I teach 2 days a week. And I used to teach at the Council on Aging. I taught drawing. I didn't teach painting there. I taught drawing. And I was there for about 5 years. I find that art, for me, is very relaxing, very rewarding. It brings you into a type of social life where you can join many art associations, which I do, belong to many. I belong to the Plymouth Art Guild, which I've belonged to forever since I've lived here. And I've been here 43 years. So that was the very first art guild that I joined when I first moved to Plymouth. And then from there, I'm back and forth from the North Shore to the South Shore. So I know many people in the North Shore also. They help me learn, and not just watercolor. I have learned oil painting and pastel and pen and ink drawing. So for me, I just find that changing the mediums now and then keeps your interest up. So you're not doing the same thing all the time. I do sell my art. I do travel from show to show and display my art in various shows. Sometimes it's advertised in the newspaper, sometimes it isn't. I have my art displayed for the summer months only, from May 17th to Columbus Day weekend at the Windmill Art Gallery at the Patuxent Trading Post and born, which is off of Shore Road. It's a great big historical windmill, which has been turned into an art gallery. And I'm one of the artists there that I also work there as a volunteer. I volunteer my time there. And I have some of my art displayed there in the summer months. The other times, my art is displayed at the Plymouth Art Guild at their show on North Street. I also have a gallery at my own home, and people can contact me through my phone number and make an appointment to come to my own gallery if they'd like to see my art. If they have something that they would like to discuss with me as far as a painting is concerned, they may feel free to call me at any time and make arrangements through looking at the art and asking any questions as far as framing is concerned, or not framing, or prints, or type of medium. I've done commissions on homes, but most of my commissions are pets: horses, cats, dogs, animals. I love watercolor. It allows the freedom of water movement. I find that to be very easy for me. In the beginning, watercolor was challenging. I wasn't sure whether I was going to like it or not. And then as I learned, I began to like it. And I went to a more freestyle of technique, whereas prior to that, I was more of a detailed artist. Now I'm more free and open. I wouldn't call myself abstract, but sometimes I can mix abstract in with a more detailed painting. I can do both. I love watercolor with pen and ink mixture. I find that to be very different. I love doing that with flowers. And I love them all, I really do. Now, oil painting, I love the feeling of mixing my paints. The texture of the paint itself, I love that. I love putting that on the canvas or a board and being able to go back into it again because it takes so long to dry. And I love the freedom of being able to get back into it again. I just leave it on the easel. I can go back tomorrow and work on it. Watercolor, there is a way of being able to do that with watercolor also, but it's a totally different technique. For those budding artists out there who would love to talk with me further about anything about art, learning, workshops, any questions they may have, including children. I love children's art. I will be here May 15th. From about 5 to 7 for anybody who would like to come in and chat with me.